Good afternoon. It's meteorologist Michael Fecca. Welcome back to the 2:30 afternoon weather update. We do this every day during the work week, especially on days where we have first alerts. We stream it out to all of our streaming platforms as well as to Facebook Live and now hopefully on YouTube live stream as well. So if you are joining us, especially from Facebook, please feel free to leave a comment down below. Hopefully I'll be able to address any questions you have as I go through the forecast, but if not, I'll go through at the very end and see if I can answer anything individually for you. So let's get started here. What are we looking at right now? So we do have that alert in effect for today and tomorrow. We've got the chance for some thunderstorms. A few here or there may develop strong or severe characteristics, and that is a possibility this afternoon here. We've already got, most of the shower activity off to our east, and that is where the greatest threat for severe weather is for today. But we even have a few storms or showers now beginning to pop up over southern Illinois that will likely graze portions of southern Indiana and western Kentucky here through the rest of this afternoon. And again, one of them or two of them may grow and become strong enough to become a severe thunderstorm. So not a huge severe weather threat for today, just a few isolated severe thunderstorms possible, mainly a wind and hail threat, but you can never rule out the chance for even a little spin-up tornado, and that is going to be the case for today and then again for tomorrow. So here's a look at that tornado or severe weather risk. Again, this is for our watches. Right now, we don't have any watches across the tri-state. I'm not anticipating a watch being issued here. I think, again, most of that severe weather potential is off to our east. That's where we see that watch pushing through central and eastern Kentucky, through eastern Ohio, and then down into western Pennsylvania. That is a severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 7 p.m. Not here in the tri-state, not expecting one here. Again, here's a look at that storm risk for today. You can see only the southwest or southeastern half of the tri-state actually has that risk for severe weather, that level 1 in the green and that level 2 in the yellow. The brown color you see here, that is just the risk for ordinary garden variety thunderstorms. So again, a very low risk for severe weather, but again, you can't rule out the chance for one or two to pop up throughout this afternoon. And then again for tomorrow, again, another level 1 and 2 threat, mostly a level 1, but some folks in Muhlenberg and Ohio County, the southern ends of both of those counties, you're getting grazed with that level 2 risk. And then for Saturday, we are outlooked just for some general thunderstorms. That severe weather risk looks to remain just off to the southeast for right now. So that's good news. Severe weather threat continues here today, tomorrow, but overall relatively low. Here's a look at those individual risks for our Thursday. The biggest risk we'll have is actually going to be for the potential for some damaging wind gusts. That's where we have that level 2 out of 4 here. Hazards for flooding, we've got that level 1 risk, so you may see an isolated flash flood here or there. Hail could be possible, but not looking too likely in tornadoes. We aren't outlooked for, but again, you can never completely rule out the chance for a little spin up. So here's a look at those individual risks again now for Friday. So that was today. Now here we are for tomorrow. Again, we've got that level 1 risk for some flooding. So an isolated flash flood here or there can't be ruled out. Isolated damaging wind gusts, hail, and then again, you can't completely rule out the chance for maybe even a brief spin-up tornado. But again, overall risks for severe weather generally low for tomorrow, if not even a little bit lower than today. So here's a look at that radar once again. We've got the clouds beginning to break up. We're seeing some of that sunshine poke through, and that's what's going to help initiate at least some thunderstorm development as we go through the next several hours. But as I had just mentioned, a lot of that thunderstorm activity or the potential for some severe weather looks to remain mostly off to the east there through central and eastern Kentucky and into Ohio where that watch is. Here in the tri-state, we've got this cold front that's going to kind of lag behind here. We've got this area of low pressure ushering in some cooler air aloft. That is why we're starting to see some of those lapse rates increase a little bit. We're seeing some of that instability build up here this afternoon, and that's why we've got that chance for some storms. So here's a look at the future radar here. Our in-house model wants to spit out a few storms by around 3-4 o'clock this afternoon, then pushing them out to the east early in the evening, and then a few more spot showers or storms possible tonight around 8 p.m., 9 p.m. before that clears out. Through the overnight hours, we should stay quiet overnight tonight and even through much of the morning hours on Friday. We even have some sunshine out there. It's not until we get in the afternoon once again that we see that chance for maybe another thunderstorm or two. Again, a risk for severe weather is relatively low, but you can't completely rule it out as some of these storms lift in from the south for tomorrow, and then that'll clear out of here as we get into Friday night. And then we're just going to be looking at general on and off scattered shower activity as we go through the weekend here. So originally, just a few days ago, it looked like the weekend was going to be beautiful. It looked like it was going to be sunny, temperatures right around 70 degrees, pretty much perfect. And now it looks like models are trending a little bit wetter, a little bit gloomier, and a little bit cooler for this weekend. So unfortunately, that's kind of the biggest change we have here in the forecast. But looking at rainfall amounts from now through the end of the weekend, some folks by the time we get into Sunday could pick up another inch and a half if you're caught underneath one of those thunderstorms. If you don't see a thunderstorm, you won't see any additional rainfall. So with the relatively low amounts, again, of rain, we're not expecting too much in the way of flooding. Again, we've got that level 1 risk today and tomorrow, so an isolated flash flood can't be completely ruled out, and then the better chances for that move off to our east over the Appalachians and towards the mid-Atlantic. Now, looking at our rain and storm chances beyond the end of this work week, Saturday, Sunday, as I mentioned, it looks like now models are trending a little bit more wet and a little cooler there. That's because we've got what we call a cutoff low. Now, you may have heard or seen at least some of this on social media, on Facebook. I've seen a lot of posts of people talking about the cutoff low being weatherman's woe, and I'll tell you that's the truth. So just from earlier this week, you know, the weekend looked nice, and now this cutoff low moves in, and now it looks a little bit cooler and damp. But pretty much what it is the atmosphere, you know, it's broken up in different levels. Closest to the surface, that's where we live. Higher up you go, the levels change. So as we go higher up in the atmosphere, we call this the upper levels. So 500 millibars or higher, this is where we look at the jet stream and pressure systems up above. So when we see a big dip in the jet stream, that indicates what we call a trough or an upper level trough. You've got an upper level low that sits within that upper level trough. Now, what happens sometimes is that these upper level lows can get a little bit big and a little bit heavy for the jet stream to hold on to and carry within the flow. So then sometimes you get those lows to be cut off. So that sits and spins over the same areas for several days, and it just leads to a very unsettled weather pattern. So nothing too major, just overall cooler, a little bit cloudy, a few showers here and there, but it's for multiple days in a row. And then eventually, that low will very, very slowly drift out of here as it gets reabsorbed back up into that upper level flow, and it gets pushed off to the east. And then it looks like we still have the chance for at least maybe a few more showers as we go towards the end of next week as well. So definitely a unsettled rainier pattern here through the next several days. So here's a look at the longer range European model starting this evening or tomorrow evening. We've got a few of those showers clearing out of here. That low pressure system pushes off to the northeast, and then we've got our cutoff low that's going to start to move in from the northwest. And as it moves in, it takes shape right over the tri-state, and it just sits and spins for Saturday, Sunday, starts to lift off to our north and weaken a little bit by Monday, but still holding on to cloud cover and an occasional shower. And then it does look like we should finally clear out of here by the time we get into Tuesday, but just in time for a few more showers possible as we get into Wednesday. So that is kind of the biggest change in the forecast here was to the weekend. So now it's looking cooler, temperatures only topping out possibly in the mid 60s or even lower 60s by Sunday, seeing some wraparound rain showers throughout the day on and off both Saturday and Sunday, and minimal sunshine is expected. So here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Let me actually go pull up the correct one. I have the wrong 7-day here for you. So here's what we're looking at. Just to wrap everything up and put it in a little bow for you, I'll take this full screen so you guys get a better look at it. But there's a look at our 7-day. So alerts today and tomorrow. Again, a few severe thunderstorms possible, mainly a damaging wind and a hail threat. And then we've got wraparound rain showers for Saturday and Sunday. Definitely cooler out there this weekend, topping out only in the 60s. And then we should start to see things dry out a little bit by the time we get into especially Tuesday. Tuesday, looks like it'll be the driest day that doesn't have any % chance for rain, and temperatures will start to climb back up towards the 70s by the end of, or by the middle of next week. So that is all I have for the afternoon weather update here. So let me go ahead and take a look at the comments and questions, see if I can answer anything for you. We've got a couple of people saying good afternoon. Good afternoon to you guys too, Kate. And Teresa says, thanks for the update. You are welcome. Laura, she is watching from Dawson Springs. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. And again, we're just going to watch the chance for a few spot showers and storms today, tomorrow. Severe storm can't be completely ruled out, so that's why we have those first alerts. The weekend looking cool and a little bit more unsettled with wraparound rain showers, and then we should start to dry things out as we get towards Tuesday of next week. So I'm going to hop off the live stream. I'll send you guys over to 14 News at 4, 5, and 6 for all the latest news and weather headlines. And then, of course, we'll be back here at 9 o'clock for our 9 p.m. streaming show. That'll be with Jeff Lyons. And then again, of course, back on air at 10 on 14 News. So until then, everybody stay safe and have a great rest of your day.